All right, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. That means it's time for another Toast Tuesday. I am Mike,
And I am Cameron.
and we're coming at you here from Toast Winery in the Finger Lakes. Cameron, I can't believe it's April already.
Just March flew by.
The whole year feels like it's flying by. One quarter in the
Crazy.
books. Yes, April 1st. It's National Sourdough Bread Day.
Okay.
You like sourdough bread?
I do like sourdough bread.
Oh, okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay, good, good.
It's also National 1 Cent Day. It's the penny day.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, it's the National 1 Cent Day.
National 1 cent.
And of course, it's April Fool's Day.
Mhm.
You like April Fools?
I love April Fools.
April Fools. So
Yeah,
now
get
we're going to
away.
be guessing for the rest of the show whether or not you're telling the truth or whether it's an April Fool's. I don't know, Cameron.
The
We'll
perfect
see.
time for
We'll
it.
see. All right. Do you know how sourdough bread is made?
I believe I do, but I really don't.
So this is why the reason why I'm asking
Yeah.
you this specifically, because this might turn you off from sourdough bread. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I love sourdough
Yeah.
bread. I really do. But if you're going to make true sourdough bread from scratch,
Yeah.
the key is you have to have a sourdough starter.
Okay.
Okay, so you mix water and flour together,
Mhm.
just a nice like kind of a doughy base,
Yeah.
and you essentially leave it out on the counter, cover it loosely in a bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
And the natural yeast and bacteria that are in the air influences the bread,
Yeah.
or influences this dough. So every day for about 6 days,
Oh.
you're just leaving that out. You're leaving it
Yeah.
on the counter. You're leaving that flour and water mixture on the counter. You're going to take half of it, throw it away,
Gotcha.
then you're going to add a new fresh flour and water mixture.
Got you. Okay.
So after about 6 days, it's nice and funky, a little sour. That's why they call it sourdough. It's a little funky.
Gotcha.
It's a little tangy, and then you got yourself a nice dough starter that's been sitting there with the natural yeast and bacteria in the air.
Huh.
It's almost like kind of starting to ferment a little bit, like bread does.
Look at that.
It's a little bit like you can make a wine. You can leave grape juice sitting out, and it will start to ferment.
Yeah.
Because there's wild yeast in the air all around us all the time.
Huh.
So yeah, a little bit of tie-in of sourdough bread
Look at that.
making
Back
to
wine.
what we call indigenous, and I'm saying that wrong, but wild yeast.
Yeah.
Essentially, we call it in winemaking. I've not attempted a wild yeast ferment before.
Mhm.
I am curious to try one.
I would say.
It's one of those things you don't really kind of know what's going to happen with the wild yeast that's in the air, and whether it's going to make your wine a little funky or
Yeah.
whether it's going to make something really interesting and cool. With a commercial yeast strain that they've captured the certain strains of wild yeast and commercialized it, very specific. They know exactly what's going to happen to it. So
Gotcha.
that's the safer bet. So a
Yes.
little risky to use
I like
wild
this
yeast, but a
random.
lot of people like to use wild ferments.
That's
But
kind of cool. I
It's
mean,
kind of cool. But
yeah.
that's how a sourdough bread is made as well.
I like that. I mean,
6 days sitting out on the
on
counter,
the counter.
ready to go. And then you'll add your yeast and you get going with your sourdough bread. So thought that was interesting, and
I
a
do
little
like that.
tie-in to winemaking in a way
Yeah.
as it relates to wild yeast. How was your week?
Oh, it's been really good. I've caught up on old shows, and it's our first week back to 7 days a week now.
That's right.
Welcome to 7 days.
That's right.
Mhm.
Good call out.
Okay.
7 days a week now.
7
We're
days a week.
into the full swing of the year round, or not the year round, but the seasonal schedule,
Seasonal
I'll
thing.
say. So no longer closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, back to 7 days a week.
7
and your
days.
schedule slightly changing
A little altered
because
a little
of it,
bit.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you'll be here 5 of those days. What, Thursday through Tuesday?
Friday through Tuesday now.
Friday through Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. So I'll have
That's
Wednesday,
5 days.
Thursday off now.
All
Yeah.
right, very nice. All right. Yeah, all right, good.
Good.
Good week here. We had to hold down the ship this weekend,
did.
right? Our fearless leader, Jane, was out of town, so we had to hold down the ship here at Toast Winery on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
We did
But it was a good week. It was a good week. Good people, good crowd of people
Yes.
in here, especially on Saturday,
was
right?
good.
It's, yeah,
Nice and
it's
steady all day.
quite busy here. I did the last of my heat stability testing, so I got that done. Still waiting to drop the lost episode of heat stability testing on the people. I've got that. I've got that out there. It's not the best quality, but I'm going to put it out one of these days. The lost episode, heat stability testing. Also ran some alcohol tests on some of my wines as well, just to make sure I know where they're at and that they're at the right alcohol level. I did some acidity tests as well, so a lot of lab work I've been doing. And hey, on Saturday I got a special gift from one of our fantastic customers. Yeah, so if you watch the show or if you've seen anything, I love IPAs. I'm a big IPA fan. Takes a lot of great IPAs to make great wines. What I say,
yes,
yeah.
I would agree.
I'm out there cleaning the press during with an IPA in hand.
Out there.
Yeah, one of our customers brought me fresh Heady Topper right from Vermont. Fantastic IPA, one of the best that you can get in the U.S. in my opinion. So thanks so much to Michelle and Fran who came in on Saturday unexpectedly, gifted me that gift. It was wonderful.
So sweet.
It was a very nice surprise. So thank you again for that. Made my day for sure. Yeah, so what's happening at Toast Winery?
Oh, there's a lot. So our Peep Sangria is still going on too.
Peep Sangria. Tell people again what that is. What's the flavor of the Peep Sangria?
Orange.
I don't mean to catch you off guard here, Cameron. You should know this. Orange pineapple cranberry.
They knew orange was in there, but I
Orange
didn't know the
pineapple
other.
cranberry.
Orange pineapple cranberry.
With a dash of Sprite.
With a Sprite.
Give us a
I knew
nice,
Sprite was in there.
Little bubbly kick. Yeah, so that's still going on, and then you get the Peep with that, so that's fun. We did some of those this weekend, right? Served up a few of those.
Colored different Peeps.
And that we'll run that through the Easter holiday.
Oh, good.
And then we'll break out a new one after that. So the Peep Sangria, plenty of time to still come in and enjoy that. Spring Wine and Cheese, the next Seneca Lake Wine Trail event, April 11th through the 13th. Still tickets available. It's a great time. Jane and I used to do these events way back when, before we owned the winery. We would do these events occasionally. It's a great value buy. You come out here and you get to go to, I don't know the exact number of participating wineries, but there's probably like 13, 14 wineries participating in this. And you get to stop at every one of them, have a wine tasting, 4 or 5 wine tastings at each place, and a food pairing as well. And in this case, with the theme being cheese and wine, of course, cheese is the kind of the theme of this. But it's a great value when you think about what tastings cost these days to get this ticket, get the food pairing, and get the tastings at all the stops. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun too. A lot of fun. So that's so April 11th through the 13th. You can go to the Seneca Lake Wine Trail website and buy your tickets directly there. And we are making our famous, well, at least in our household, it's famous. We're going to make it famous this week, that weekend. Our salsa chicken, zesty chicken, finished off with some cheddar cheese on top.
Can't wait.
That's the cheese tie in there. It's wonderful. And then I'm also going to talk about the barrel tasting again. The barrel tasting event, the dry reds. We'll go through our dry reds, April 27th from 1 to 3 p.m. There's only 10 tickets left.
10 tickets?
As of this filming, I can't say that, but as of this filming, there's only 10 tickets left. And the event is still like 4 weeks away. So again, if you want to be a part of this, I would encourage you now to go to our website or our Facebook page to find the event and buy your tickets for that. And we're going to go through probably 10 to 12 wines responsibly. We'll get to try things right out of the barrel. Super cool. You get to see how the 2024 wines are coming along. And I'll probably share a little anecdote or story about each one in terms of, maybe something that happened with it with harvest or something interesting to know about that particular wine. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, April 27th, 1 to 3 p.m. We're going to do it right here in the Barrel Room.
Cozy.
10 tickets left, Cam. 10 tickets left.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So going fast. So that's what's happening at Toast Winery. The
It's a
pickle
lot.
pairing, of
Yeah,
course,
pickle
is still
pairing, of
going
course.
on. We can't forget about
Absolutely.
that. That's
Mr.
still,
Sunday.
people love that. They
Yes.
really do. Great experience. We
Been
had
fun.
great feedback this weekend.
Mhm.
People really enjoying that. So that continues here as well. Topical topics on a Tuesday. I thought, let's talk about the history of the penny.
Okay.
It's National 1 Cent Day.
It is. We have
National Penny Day. So let's see if we can learn a little something today. You know a lot about the penny?
I don't, but I do collect pennies. So I'll say that.
Really?
Mhm.
What's in what realm? Like what does that mean? You collect all pennies or certain ones?
Certain kinds of pennies. So I try to collect pennies before the year like 1970 or whatever.
Okay.
The oldest I have, I think, is a 1941 wheat penny, which is really cool.
That is very cool. Those are rare.
They're pretty rare.
Those are pretty rare these days. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history here.
I'm kind of excited to know.
Yeah, you'll see how that is, right? So, the first 1 cent coin was actually produced in 1787.
That's a long time ago.
1787. That predates even the creation of the U.S. Mint, which wasn't created until 5 years later. So there was actually a private minter that produced the first 1 cent coin. It was designed by Benjamin Franklin.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, how cool is that, right? I mean, it was the first original penny was designed by Benjamin Franklin. Mm-hmm. On one side, it said, "Mind your business."
Interesting.
Yeah. And on the other side, it said, "We are one."
Okay.
100% copper, a little bit larger than the penny that we know today.
Yeah.
But yeah, how cool is that?
That's
1787.
hysterical.
Benjamin Franklin. For all the things you know him from, did you know he
To the
designed the
penny.
first penny?
I did not know that.
I didn't know it either until I was researching this. Then in 1792, the U.S. Mint was created.
Gotcha.
And so from that point forward, then the U.S. Government was producing the 1 cent coin. They created, when it first debuted in 1792, there was a flying eagle on one side, and on the other side, a woman with very long flowing hair that they called Liberty.
Liberty, nice.
So yeah, kind of cool. The Indian head that you're referring to was first debuted in 1859.
Okay.
So really old.
Yeah.
1859 was the year that the Indian head penny made its debut.
Oh,
This is very popular, so it was around for a while. And that's why you're able to, what did you say the year of yours was?
1941.
Yeah, so it was around for a long time,
so like almost,
the Indian head penny. The Abraham Lincoln penny, as we know it today, first appeared on the coin in 1909, which is kind of opposite of what I was just saying, but that's when it first appeared. Maybe they were doing both for a little while. I don't know. 1909 was the first year that Abraham Lincoln was on the coin, and from 1959 until as recent as 2008, the Lincoln Memorial was on the back.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. This was interesting. So I said that was until 2008 that the Lincoln Memorial was on the back of the penny. In 2009, to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday, they had 4 different back designs on the penny.
Oh, cool.
Of Abraham Lincoln. 4 different ones. I didn't even know that.
No.
And then in 2010, they went to the Union Shield, which is what's on the penny today.
Yeah.
So that's been that way since 2010. So that's pretty cool little history. The penny has been around for a long time.
For a very long
time. Gone
time.
through some changes. Do you know why we call it the penny?
I don't believe so.
It's really nothing that fancy.
Okay.
But when back when in 1787 when it was first produced, the British had their own penny.
Oh.
Or they had their own 1 cent coin back then. They called it the penny.
Oh,
so the U.S. started calling theirs the penny as well.
Nice.
So just really historically based and with that British influence, I'll call it the penny. Will we get rid of the penny one day? I mean, there's a lot of chatter about should we do away with the penny? Mm-hmm. They're kind of a pain when you get those, right?
Yeah.
Right? And they're just not worth that much anymore like they used to be. Do you know that we're no longer producing pennies?
No, we're not.
We're no longer minting pennies.
Gotcha.
That's something that we stopped doing this year, actually. February of this year, we're no longer minting pennies, and we're just using those that are in circulation now. today. And the main reason why we're not using pennies anymore is because it actually costs 4 cents to make the 1 cent penny.
It's more than.
So it costs us more to make it.
Yeah.
Now they're not all copper now today. Copper is in the penny, but it's mostly zinc. Because zinc and copper is what they're made out of today. But it still costs us 4 cents to make a penny. So we said, okay, no more.
That's it.
No more minting of the penny. And the president actually passed that act to stop minting pennies. But whether we get rid of the penny or not, the president can't make that decision. That needs an act of Congress to actually formally pass an act that says we won't recognize the penny as legal tender anymore. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but hey, we're not minting any pennies, so maybe it's a good thing that you're saving.
Collectors, right?
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing that
we're
you're
out
saving.
there.
All right, so there we go. On National 1 Cent Day, more than you probably ever wanted to know.
Keep those
about
pennies,
the penny.
Same
All right. There we go. All right, let's switch gears. What are we drinking today? Look at this beautiful bottle and this beautiful color. What do we got?
Oh, a nice brand new 2024 dry rosé of Blaufränkisch.
Dry rosé of Blaufränkisch. Yes, we talked about this during harvest. I was very excited for this wine. It's now released. We put it out into the tasting room last week. It's our first 2024 wine to hit the shelf.
That's so cool.
Pretty excited about that. Normally our pet nat is the one that makes its first debut, and I'm a little behind on getting the pet nats ready. I'm disgorging again because I think it worked really well last year, and I'm behind on that process. So the pet nat is not ready yet, but this dry rosé is ready, and it is tasting good.
Yes.
Right?
Hands down.
I love this. I think it's the best rosé we've produced to date.
I would agree.
Oh, just so much fruit on the nose. It's just super fruity. I get a lot of apple on this. What I describe as wild strawberry. Take a sip of that. A little currant in there. I actually get a little hint of white pepper.
White pepper?
A little hint of white pepper. Not spicy, but it's there on the finish. I think this is great. Yeah, it's super fruity.
So
it's really refreshing.
Yep.
It's everything you want in a dry rosé. Juicy acidity. Very good. So I'm very happy with this. Glad it's out.
Me too.
And yeah, you guys can get it today. You like it?
Right on the shelf. I love this one.
You're not slamming it down.
Perfect. I know. Last time I can't. I gotta save some for the closer.
Those of you that know me, dry rosé is one of my favorite styles of wine. I love dry rosé. And I think this one really hits the mark. So super excited to share this with you guys. Come into the tasting room, try it today, and take a few bottles home with you. You will not be disappointed in this. Very good. All right, top 5 list for today. I've got an interesting one for you. Top 5 pizza toppings.
Oh, okay.
Everybody loves a good pizza, right?
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't like pizza? I think that's just requirement that everybody likes pizza.
That's true.
I think it's for sure, right? But not everybody likes the same thing on their pizzas. Often a debate when you're ordering pizza and you're in a group, what should we get on it? Nobody knows for sure. Everybody wants one thing. Everybody wants something else.
Yes.
Sometimes you go half and half.
Here and half there. Yep.
Yeah.
There's so much you could do.
So let's get into the top 5 pizza toppings because I think people want to know what our top 5 pizza toppings are.
I'm very interested to hear yours.
Oh, I can't wait to share it with you. I cannot wait. All right, let's start with you. You're going to start this week, number 5.
Okay, all right, number 5. It's only if it's like somebody else orders it. I don't order it myself, but pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yes.
Okay.
Pineapple.
I think that is one of the. It's a pineapple on pizza. I think is a little bit like a Würstelminer. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
There's no in between on pineapple.
It's
I think it's one of those contentious toppings that people love or hate.
Yeah.
But I like pineapple. I don't know if I would like it on pizza or not.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I like having little slices of pineapple. Pineapple fine. My number 5, oregano. I love a little dried oregano. You just get that out and you just spread it over the pizza. It's awesome.
Yeah.
A little dried oregano on my pizza. Spice it up a little bit.
A little fancy.
Yeah. All right.
4, pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Easy.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 4.
So it's kind of a staple in the pizza in the pizza genre, pepperoni,
Pepperoni
right?
pizza.
Okay. Seems a little like it could be a little higher, but that's just my opinion.
I'm so excited.
All right, number 4 for you, pepperoni.
Number
I
4.
can't imagine what's better than that, but okay. My number 4, red pepper flakes.
Red pepper flakes.
So I'm doing oregano and red pepper flakes.
Oh yeah,
I'm shaking that red pepper
jars
on there, baby. Yeah, I love a little some red pepper on top of my pizza. You like that?
I liked it. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about those.
Red pepper flakes and a little oregano.
Beautiful.
Beautiful on pizza.
Crisp.
Yeah.
I wrote sausage, but I actually prefer mushrooms instead for number 3.
You wrote sausage, but you mean mushrooms.
I mean mushroom. I just thought about it.
Those things
totally
are two
different.
totally different things.
Just like.
So sausage is just off the list now altogether?
I'm like,
it just doesn't make the list?
Thinking about it now.
Okay, we went from 3 to just out, and now you're on mushrooms.
Yeah. Now
you
we're on
like
mushrooms. Yeah.
Okay.
Mushrooms are pretty good on pizza.
All right.
Forget sausage.
Forget sausage. Sausage is out. All right. But you like a little mushroom.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3, I mean, cheese. You got to have cheese on pizza.
Yep.
It's not even pizza without cheese. So I do like cheese on my pizza.
Cheese on pizza.
That's number 3 for me.
Good choice.
Yep. I think so.
Number 2, buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken. Do you like it breaded or grilled or?
Oh, either one. But
Either
breaded
one?
is like the best
Breaded
one.
would be the preferred. Okay. Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
On your pizza. So we got pineapple.
Pepperoni.
Okay,
and then mushroom.
Could you put it all together and make like an everything pizza with these things on it?
You probably could.
All right. So you got pepperoni. No, you have pineapple, pepperoni, mushrooms, not sausage, and buffalo chicken.
And
right
buffalo
now.
chicken.
Interesting combination right there. Okay. All right. My number 2, sauce. You've got to have sauce on pizza, or it's not pizza. I know you're laughing, but it's just true. You don't even have sauce on your list.
I don't have sauce.
You need to have sauce on your pizza. So I've got oregano, red pepper flakes, cheese, and sauce. You got to have those things on a pizza. All right. All right. Is this April Fool's?
Yeah, I just like your list so much.
This is a good list. This is my list. This is real.
List. Number 1.
What's your number 1?
Cheese, Mike.
Cheese. You do have cheese.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
You got cheese on your pizza. So you do like that. That's your number 1 choice.
Yep.
All right.
Number 1.
That's an interesting pizza.
I love it.
Pepperoni, mushrooms, buffalo chicken with some cheese.
With some cheese. No sauce though. Just yeah.
I guess it's obvious that you would have sauce.
No. I'm just kidding.
My number 1, by far number 1, pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
You gotta have pepperoni. Pepperoni is, frankly, the only topping I'll eat on pizza.
That's it. Nothing else.
I will only eat pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni.
And this is the perfect
pepperoni
pizza right here with oregano, red pepper flakes, cheese, sauce, and pepperoni. That is it. It is amazing. I love it.
It's perfect.
I love pepperoni pizza. One of my favorite things to eat, actually.
Pepperoni pizza.
I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, sometimes extra pepperoni.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes
for dairy.
a little extra. Not cup and char though. Cup and char is extra pepperoni is like too much.
Oh yes.
I do like cup and char pepperoni, but just a normal amount.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll throw a little extra on there occasionally for sure.
I love that list.
There you go. Great list. Top 5 list. That's a good list for you too.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know you dabbled in all those different things.
I do.
That's interesting. I do. And sausage could go on there
Sausage
too.
could, yes, but I prefer mushrooms.
All right. Good deal. All right, let's get to the toast.
Let's get to the toast.
Mm-hmm. So if I say, and that's just curious because I was thinking of you when, as a video game player. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean when I say the uncanny valley?
Like almost polar opposite of our world, almost like flipped.
Not really. No.
Okay.
No. So the uncanny valley refers to the eerie feeling that you get when something almost looks human, but not quite perfect.
Oh, that's scary, yeah.
So in video games, it's usually referenced in video games where the graphics have gotten so good that they've reached this point where they call it the uncanny valley, where they look almost real, but there's just something there that kind of throws it off where it's just not real at all. And you're saying, well, what does this got to do with toast, right? But I'm going to get there. But with artificial intelligence, are you familiar with artificial intelligence? The things that they are doing now graphically are just blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. I feel like we've almost surpassed the uncanny valley in some sense because some of these things look so real, you don't know whether they're real or not. I'm surfing reels on Instagram, right? And these cat videos pop up.
Yep.
And they're like singing and they're dancing and rapping
Yeah,
and doing all this stuff. But they look real.
Yes,
it is
it's
amazing the animation that they're doing with these cats. It actually looks totally real. And I must have watched like too many of these in my reels because now artificial intelligence, it's like in my feed, like I'm just flipping through.
You like this,
and there's cat video, and they're all singing the APT song. You know what the APT song is?
That's hysterical.
They're all singing. That's what I get. I get the APT song sung by cats in my reels all the time. And
every time you open Instagram, that's what you see.
There it is, cats singing APT. So in like this little kid voice, and it's the strangest thing. It looks so real. It looks like the cat's really singing. It's just bizarre. Ironically, the singer's name is Rosé.
So you look at it.
Rosé,
you planned it all circle.
Bruno Mars. Great song. I love the song. But it made me think about all that, the APT song. Because you know the history, you know what the APT song is about?
It's like APT, yeah. Isn't it like the drinking game?
I thought so. You're into Korean. I know you like Korean culture, and I was wondering if you knew that. It's actually a Korean drinking game. Is the inspiration for the name of the song. I won't get into the details of that, but I thought that
it's kind of cool
I thought you might know that. All right, let's get to the toast. Okay, I'm not going to do it.
Enough of the cats.
I'm not going to do it in a silly, childish cat voice, but don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you got to do is meet me at the APT.
We did it.
Cheers.
Cheers.